Hi, fifth graders. Let's go ahead and do some practice together. Before we begin converting, let's remember what we're supposed to be doing. So if we have a larger unit, a big unit, and we're going to a small unit, we are going to multiply. If we're going from a small unit to a big unit, we are going to divide. So right now, we're only going to be looking at length right now. So I wrote out a few problems for length. So here is my conversion chart. I did give everyone the opportunity to write notes on it. I also posted one on our Padlet, and it looks like this one right here. Even if you don't have a printer, there's no reason why you can't write it out. And it's actually better if you write it out because you're using your muscles and you're using your fine motor skills and you're reading, so it's making it more meaningful than just printing it. So let's go ahead. We're going from yards to feet. Yards to feet. This is a larger unit to a smaller unit. So we're going from big to small. We are going to multiply. So I'm going to hold on to that. So I need to go from yards to feet. So I need to know I need to go to my base unit first. I need to know, okay, well, if I have 1 yard, how many feet are in 1 yard? So I'm going to look over here and I see yard equals 3 feet. So now I'm going to multiply. So because it says big to small, I'm multiplying. I'm going to take these two numbers and I'm going to multiply. 3 times 3 is 9. So 3 yards is equal to 9 feet. Let's practice another one. I guess I'll keep this up here. So 132 inches to feet. So how many feet are in inches? Okay, we're going from small to big. Small to big. I'm going to divide. So I need to figure out how many inches are in 1 foot. So how many inches are in 1 foot? There's 12. All right, so now I'm not dividing anything. I'm sorry, I'm not multiplying anything like how I did on the other one. I did that little swoopy swoop here because I'm going from small to big. I'm going to divide. And do you see how this number is directly underneath this number? That's what we're dividing, these two numbers. So I'm going to go over to the side of my paper and I'm going to divide. Or you can get a calculator out. So 12 can go into 13 one time. 1 times 12, 12. Subtract, bring down. 12 goes into 12 one time. So the answer is 11. All right. This is a division one. We went from small to big. Let's look at this other one. 7 feet to inches. We're going from large to small. Large to small. We are multiplying. So I need to know how many feet. There's 1 foot. Now, how many inches are in 1 foot? I'm going to go over here and I see it's 12. So I did my base unit of feet and I'm converting it to 12. I'm converting it to inches. So this is where I'm going to multiply these two. All right, I can work this out on the side of my paper if I do not know my math skills, my math facts like multiplication. So this is 84 inches. All right, I'm going to pause this and we'll try some capacity now. All right, let's work on some capacity. Capacity is like our gallons, our quarts, our pints, and our cups, and our ounces. So there's a couple ways we can look at it. We can look at the measuring conversion chart that is on our Padlet, or you can look at the one that we even did together. This is the Kingdom of Gallon, and it had 4 queens, and each queen had a prince and a princess. We fill those in, and each prince and princess had 2 children. And there were 8. And then 8 is like 8 and 8. 4 times 8 is 32 ounces. So I put that in here, okay? If that doesn't click with you, then just use this, okay? So let's go ahead and do some examples here. So 2 quarts to a cup. Now, quarts, Q, they're big, right? Big to small. So we are going big to small, so we are multiplying. So I want to know how many cups are in a quart. Okay, so here's 1 quart equals how many cups? Look at, there's 1 quart and I see 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 cups. Now, if I don't use this strategy, then I can look down here. Okay, and it says here 1 quart, 2 pints. See, this one doesn't convert as easily like this one. So let's use this one right here because we would have to do other math to figure out that one, okay? So now I got it down to my basic unit, okay? 1 quart is equal to 4 cups. So then I can multiply these two. 2 times 4 equals 8. Is this true? Let's take a look. So if I have 2 quarts, this one and this one, let's count how many C's or cups I have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. How about that? I got that right. All right, let's look at 24 quarts to a gallon. So gallon, it's big. Quarts are smaller. So small to big, we are going to divide. All right, so I want to know how many, if I have 1 gallon, let me write this the other way. If I have 1 gallon right here, how many quarts do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4. Also, if you look at this one, it says it right here. And there are 4. Okay, so now I'm going to put a line underneath it because small to big, I'm dividing. If the number was on the other side, see, that wouldn't make sense. 24 times 1. That wouldn't work. So we're going to divide 24 by 4. So we can go to the side of our paper. If you know this in your head, that's awesome. I know 4 times 6 is 24. Okay, so there are 6 gallons for this one. Now this one is a little bit trickier because we're in ounces, okay? So this one is a little bit more challenging. So I want you to work with me on this one. So there's 96 ounces. Ounces are really small, okay? Small to large. Small to large, we're going to divide, okay? So we want to know how many ounces are in 1 quart. How many ounces are in 1 quart, okay? Inside each one of these cups are 8 ounces. Remember I said 4 times 8 is 32. So 1 quart is 32 ounces. And because we're going from small to big, we are dividing. And then on the side of our paper, we would take 96 and we would put the 32 on the outside and we would work through that problem. So I know that this can go in about 3 times. So let's just double check. 3 times 2 is 6. 3 times 3 is 9. Bingo, I got it. It's 3 quarts. Okay. So hopefully doing some of these practicing ones are going to be helpful. I'm going to pause this and we'll go into weight and do a couple of those. Okay, so let's work on weight capacity. So weight is categorized by ounces and pounds. We can put OZ for ounces, and then we can put an LB for pounds. Okay, so we're going to go from ounces to pounds. Ounces are small, and we're going to the bigger unit, so we're going to divide. So that means I'm going to be on this side. Okay, so how many? If I have 1 pound. How many ounces are in 1 pound? 16 ounces. So we're going to divide these two. 160 divided by 16. 16 go into 16 once. Bring that down, and it can go into 0. It can go, it's 10 pounds, okay? That is what that answer is right there. And then let's look at 2,000 pounds to a ton. Pounds to ton, again, here we go. It's pounds to ton, and it's small to large, okay? So I kind of want it, you know what? I'm going to change this. Let's just do it this way. Let's see. What if I had 4,000 pounds? 4,000 pounds. We're going from small to big. We're dividing, okay? So if I have 1 ton, how many pounds are in 1 ton? 1 ton is equal to 2,000. Okay, so remember I went small to big, and it's on this side, so I'm just going to make it look like a fraction, but that is really just division. Okay, so 4,000 divided by 2,000. If you cannot do that in your head, let's put it on paper. All right, I can just, if I have 3 zeros on this side, I have 3 zeros on this side, I can cross them out, just like this. Look at that, cross them out. Now 4 divided by 2, I know that's 2. 2 times 2 is 4. All right, so it is 2 tons. All right, I hope that was helpful. Make sure that you write down your conversions. It will be extremely helpful to see all of these written out in your notes. You can even print this out and put it into your math notebook. I will be posting something that looks like this, but I will have an answer key with it as well. So I will send them out, and you can see the answer key on the Padlet to double check your work, okay? So good luck. I think this extra practice will be very, very helpful. And if you'd like to meet with me, absolutely book a time with me.